Hi, Teri here from Stamping Magic. Welcome back to my channel. Today's project is a fancy fold card. I've used the Beauty Abounds stamp set together with paper from our latest in colour 6-inch designer series paper stack. So this is what the card looks like, and you can see the fold. To get it to stand, you need to slide the front panel under the die cut circles. Now, I've no idea what this style of card is called. It's a Z-fold card, but it's sort of stood up on its end. And it's also a bit like an easel card, but it's not really. Inside, there's a panel where you can write your message. Now, if you didn't want to put it there, you could put it on the back of the front panel. There's enough room. And then you could decorate the larger panel as you want it. So let's get started. These are all the measurements you need for all the elements required to create this project. So if you're interested in reproducing it, take a screenshot so you can refer to it later. I've die cut 2 scalloped rectangles from normal weight Whisper White card, and to do this I use dies from the Stitched So Sweetly die set. The largest one is for the largest panel, and then the smaller panel is the next size down. The smaller panel is for inside the card and the larger panel is for the front. I'm going to put the smaller panel aside to be used later on, and I'm going to bring in some scrap normal weight Whisper White card. This is the Beauty Abounds stamp set, and today I'm using this beautiful flourish, both the butterflies and the hello sentiment. I'll be using Memento Tuxedo black ink for all the stamping. So starting with my flourish, I'm going to stamp this on the left hand side of the large die cut panel. On the scrap piece of Whisper White, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. You also need to stamp one of the larger butterflies, and even though I only stamped 3 of the smaller ones here, you do need a 4th if you're going to put one inside the card. Now the sentiment I'm going to die cut using the smallest of the Stitched Shapes circle dies. And when I die cut it, I'm going to put the sentiment towards the top, so I've got room for a butterfly underneath it. I've also die cut a cinnamon cider scallop circle, and for this I used one of the layering circle dies, and this is the second size up. I've cut out all the butterflies by hand and I've added dimensionals onto the backs of 4 of them. One of the little butterflies I'm going to glue flat. Now I've only added tiny little pieces of dimensionals, so I've cut these little bits off and added them, and I've added them to the tips of all the wings. I want the wings to be raised but the bodies to be glued flat, so they're lovely and dimensional on the card. My card base is in cinnamon cider, and this is half a standard sheet of card scored in the middle and folded to create a portrait card. Now you need to add an additional score line to one of the sides. If your base card is 8.5 inch by 11 inches, then you need to score one of the panels at the halfway point, which is 2 3/4 inches. I use A4 as my standard card, so I'm going to add my metric plate onto my Simply scoreboard. And then on this plate there is a mark after the 7 cm score at 7.4, and I'm going to use that. If you hold the card so the spine is downwards, then you want to fold that panel towards you and then burnish with your bone folder. So I have my cinnamon cider card base, and then I have 2 Magenta Madness mats, one for the back, one for the front. I'm going to layer onto these some of our Magenta Madness in colour designer series paper. Then I have the Whisper White panel for inside the card, and I'm going to layer this onto a mat of cinnamon cider and add the butterfly. Then I have my stamped and coloured mat. I'm also going to layer this on a mat of cinnamon cider. Then I have my butterflies for the right hand side, and then my circle die cuts with the additional butterfly. And that's it. That's my card complete. And here's another look at my original card. Now there is one thing different between these two. The front panel on my latest card you saw me glue flat, but on the first card it's actually raised up on dimensionals, and I think, to be honest, I prefer it that way. So if I make another of these cards, that's what I'll do, but I wanted to try it glued flat. And I have made one other one. Now this one was actually the first one I made. It's in Gorgeous Grape and Purple Posy. The first card I made was in Misty Moonlight. Now the layout's different on this one. I raised the front panel up on dimensionals, but the main difference is the inside. I used the same size mat inside as I did on the front panel. And the reason I changed this for subsequent cards is because when you stand this card up, if I can show you, you see the top of that inside panel shows, and I didn't like that. So having the smaller panel means you can hide it. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Bye for now.